Yeah, I'm going to talk really quickly about graph analysis and novel architectures, and all of my opinions are purely my own, not any employer or anybody else. And for the folks listening, yesterday I didn't realize how different the lag was between all of these things. It's bad. Um, but yeah, it's unfortunate we can't be meeting in Toulouse because it's gorgeous even when commemorating the horrible. Um, but yeah, Toulouse is absolutely beautiful. Uh, Next screen. Okay, yeah. Graph analysis side. What do we actually want out of all of this? Hardware architectures are not doing a good job for a lot of us. And of course, graph analysis is all sparse. We want fine grained memory access. We want fine grained synchronization. We want sane floating point semantics. That's a much longer story. But this all drives the hardware people insane. And a lot of times it's just considered too hard because, of course, we need wide memories, big cache lines, so that we can get these wonderful performance curves. If you just do a pointer chase benchmark where all the different things look different, and we're all used to seeing these because we have to optimize for them. But some platforms, uh, give you just flat. I mean, you can redesign your system to be just constant across a wide variety of parameters. Yeah, if you may notice those two vertical axes were very horribly different. This one is not. This one, breadth first search across a graph that's built for dynamic insertions and deletions. We look. You can do a soft processor with a better memory system, and it's comparable to a Haswell, which is a decades-long optimized ASIC. How do we do that? And this is the company spiel, and mine too, because I really actually think this is a good idea. Architecture that focuses on fine-grained memory access, and it does exist. It's partition global address space. The image you see in front of you is the one you can get access to right now, including y'all at IDA who have one. There are multiple cores, multiple threads, all of this, and there's actually a memory side processor I'll mention in a moment. But what's the magic? Well, if you read something that's not local, the little bitty thread context is packaged up and sent over there. So you don't have to tolerate latencies of the order of the Tera MTA Cray XMT. You can get by with not as much ridiculous parallelism. Yeah, it's not my thing. And you also redesign the memory side to be narrow channel. You have some processing right in front or aside of the path on the way to the memory. We're actually including floating point, and that's the next. Come on, ocular. Give me the next slide. Yeah, and I'm so glad to see so many people with handwritten slides. The next one is we have this going in a big scale with a sea of cores, each one with multiple channels to memory. Really, you program to the memory channels. The rest of the stuff below that doesn't matter. And yeah, I say boring cores because that's the stuff, handles the OS, all that. Another benefit. And it's not the only idea out there. Oh my God, I have 20 seconds. It's not the only out there. Georgia Tech, Metastrider, you can do your dot products, your sparse dot products, because dot products, as we heard, are not necessarily bad, in memory. It's not a huge performance boost, but it's a big energy savings. I mean, and completely nuts. That's my going completely nuts. What if you get hardware data flow? I mean, Cerberus has actually built it. Wafer scale integration idea from the 80s. A bunch of us know the people involved, but you can have hardware data flow now. Next slide. And what if you have a huge amount of storage attached to logic that you can define? That's already existing. And what if you can do analog on the fly? Field programmable analog. You can do neuromorphic And the folks dealing with the stiff ODEs, here the problem is just the analog to digital converter precision. It's
Jason, this is my clock.
okay. Yeah, and that's my. This crazy stuff all exists, and I'm sorry I don't know the other nationalities' test beds. In the U.S., we've got a zillion across the DOE for multiple types. I've notably quantum. NSF, Georgia Tech has the Rogues Gallery that's been put on this. And some of the stuff you're finding out about, the top supercomputer came from a kind of Japan English collision. I prefer RISC-V. But this is stuff that's out there. You can play with it. And we don't have to take a back seat anymore. There are free tool flows. You can design your own ASICs. You can design your own hardware. And I'll be quiet now.